Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
And I have to say, you look quite dapper today. Always do, though.
It's Vegas.
I know. You haven't said anything about my hair. What's up with that?
Because it's always nice.
Thank you. Thank you. So, the question begs, how did you come about being part of the Fury team?
I guess pretty much simple. Tyson Fury, but that's his younger brother, and I've been around them, all the family, and in the gym training with the family, and obviously I've been in the gym with Tommy as well, watching him and Tyson box and just helping out, just teaching a few things, and I guess just recently it just came about that having me train him for this big fight coming up here.
There's a lot of credibility in your family, long line of champions being built in Detroit, and honed, extraordinary talent. What can you tell us about Tommy? What do you bring to the table for somebody like Tommy?
Well, Tommy's athletic, and he's been around boxing his whole life. Not actually boxing, but being around it, seeing it, and wanting to do it. But for whatever reasons, he didn't stay in boxing as much as Tyson did. And he's very athletic, very determined, and he learns fast. So it's exciting for me to be able to work with somebody like that, because that's what makes me get up and go a lot more, for somebody who really wants to learn and is excited about it.
We all know that Tommy has, like you said, a great background in sports, very athletic, but he's now an influencer. He's a star. He's very famous. He's actually a star in the UK in one of those reality shows. So, at 22, life could take a completely different direction. How serious is he about the sport?
I believe Tommy's very serious about the sport. We joke around a little bit, but he always gets a little bit upset when you talk about it, about him, his other career moves that he's involved in, and he does really want to box. I mean, he's taking this fight here, and he's taking it very seriously. And it's in his blood. It's boxing. It's also in his culture too. So the whole family boxes. Me spending time over in England with Tyson and his family, the first thing they do with the kids is they want to say, "Can he fight?" That's the first thing they want to know. So that's just a part of their culture, and it's in his blood as well.
So can you really blame a guy who's good looking, coming from a family with deep roots in the sport, good, and a star, influencer? Reality TV has made huge stars. He can't really be upset about that, really. I wish I was a reality show star. Anyway, when we look in the future, does Tommy have what it takes to be a real contender?
I just believe time will tell. He's just starting to learn some new things in boxing. This is it's a lot different than watching it on TV and watching your big brother. So it's just a learning process, and just time will tell. You can't really say it right now. If I had those kind of powers, then.
Well, you know what they say: if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. That's not happening either. But I'm pretty sure you're very good at what you do. I know so. So let's not complain about that. I'm very happy you're here, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen December 18th. And right now we're going to open the floor for the press to ask questions. We have a mic going on.
Steve. After Keith.
Lance.
Oh, great. No questions. Thank you, everybody.
Sugar Hill, this is Lance Pugmire from USA Today. Just wanted to have you elaborate on something you told me previously. Tommy's body of work is not very complete. You actually described him as a little bit above a novice. What do you need to work on specifically to drive him to the level where he can defeat Jake Paul?
From what I see, I just need to work on Tommy's footwork and a little bit of his coordination, just getting him more familiar with certain moves that you do in boxing that's going to make him, compete at a higher level than what he's been competing at. I didn't tell much, did I?
Come on, Sugar.
Sugar Hill, Keith Idek from BoxingScene.com. What did you think of Tommy's performance against Anthony Taylor? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
Was his last performance? That was his last performance?
Yes. In August.
I didn't actually. Honestly, I didn't watch it. I didn't. But from what I heard, it wasn't. I heard it wasn't a good look. But I guess that's from the family, so they're maybe overcritical about it, but probably right.
Follow-up question. How much do you think it motivates him because he has so much pressure on him from his family, within his family?
I think it is a certain amount of pressure, and that's just something that comes with it. Being the younger brother of the heavyweight champion of the world and always looking up to Tyson and wanting to be like him and do the things that he's done. It's always just been a pressure period. But now I know it's a bit more because this is a big stage now. This is not just in the gym sparring somebody, being an amateur, having fights, and even turning pro. Each time, the longer he's in boxing, each step is just going to have more and more. It's more of a challenge for him. So that's what anybody sort of say.
Sugar Hill, right here. Steven Coreno, Co-Heart of Sports. What do you think about this extra bet going on that they have that Tommy has to change his name to Tommy Fumbles? It fumbles if he wins, if he loses, and vice versa, he gets $500,000 if he wins. What do you think about that?
From what you're telling me, it sounds a little bit personal, and it sounds like business. You say you got to change his name, and the other part of the bet is some money. So, yeah, it's just personal. It's just something they got going on. If that's what they want to do, it's interesting. It's just like if you had two guys in the street on the same block, making a bet. It's just a bet. Fair play.
Javon, over here. Jeremy Herges with Fansided.com.
It's Sugar Hill because you're not going to say it right, so it's just Sugar is easier.
Gotcha. When you're dealing with a fighter with potential, what are the things that you're looking at specifically when you see him, and how do you go about unlocking that potential? And is it that much harder when you're dealing with someone that's starting from a base level?
Well, I've trained a lot of fighters from the base level from scratch, so it's not anything that's unfamiliar to me. Mainly what I do is I watch them shadow box and just start making adjustments. I need to know what they're thinking when they're in their shadow boxing, and that tells me a lot on what I need to work on with the fighters. And with me, everything I do is basics anyway, so I'm going to start to correct and fix the fundamentals, so then you'll be able to achieve and to excel in the things that the fighter wants to do, what is in his mind and what he wants to create.
Sugar Hill, Mohammed Mubarak with the Electronic Urban Report. Tell us what more can you give to Tommy to add to his development, and where is he at right now? In your opinion, where is he at in his development?
Well, I think Tommy is at the development stage right now, just the beginning to start to understand and be really, really involved and focused in boxing. And right now, I'm happy with that, and I think it's going to be a fast progress for Tommy because some of the things I've showed him, how he grabbed hold to him so quickly and is able to do them, it reminds me a bit of Tyson. It's just that Tyson's been boxing his whole life in the ring and in the gym, and Tommy hasn't. So it's going to be interesting just to watch how fast he's going to really grow. And like I said, it's exciting to me because I just enjoy teaching and watching somebody learn and go out there and do it and be happy about it.
Hi, Sugar Hill, right here, Giandra LaBeouf, Boxing Insider. To follow up on what you just said, since the Furies are a fighting family, you just mentioned that he just hasn't fought his whole life like his brother. Is there a signature thing that the Fury family does in fighting, and does Tommy have that?
It's not a signature thing, it's just fighting. So that would be the signature. Everybody in the family fights.
And secondly, you've seen a lot of styles throughout your career. How would you categorize Jake Paul's style? What would you liken it most to from what you've seen of his fighting?
I was just watching on the screen here, and I was talking to one of my other young fighters, Nico Ali Walsh, and I was asking him what did he see in the fight. And it's just a lot of, Jake is very creative in the ring. I'm watching him, so I hear bad talk about him, but I have to give him a lot of credit for what he's doing and how he's learning. He doesn't look like a a beginner like everybody's talking about, like a very, very beginner, because of the things that he's doing as far as thinking and making adjustments and creating opportunities to land punches. And I think he's coming along just fine, just as well as anybody who's just starting boxing.
Thank you, Giandra. It's always so good to see you. And I know Tommy was supposed to be with us today, so it's not like we came empty-handed. Unfortunately, he had a family emergency. He's actually flying back to the UK as we speak, so we hope everything is working out well. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have him soon via satellite, Zoom. It's technology. Thank you, Chris de Blasio. We will have him, we promise. Not today, soon. So I just have one question. I know you're very strict. You always, put us at bay. Media is always at bay in your camp. How are you going to control the media attention that somebody like Tommy will bring to any boxing camp?
Well, in the gym, we're just training, so it's no windows, and that's it. Close the door, start training. We have media days and things like that, things that we have to do, but me, I'm not too particular about videoing and posting things like that. I don't think it's that important. I don't really care if they do it, but as long as they focused on training. And that's just the main part, what they do outside of the gym as far as during their downtime on social media. It's all a business at this point, really. So I don't really complain about it. I don't do it, but I know it's a new thing that's out, and you have to be able to take it and use it to be able to grow. And I think with this fight here, the way things have gone, and it's bringing a lot of attention to boxing. And that's with the social media and how this thing has just grown to such a big event now, and it's just good for boxing. Period. I only see boxing growing because of this. I think that you have these two fighters, like novice fighters, fighting on a pay-per-view, like a big card. This is big boxing right here, that you have these two like beginning guys fight on, and I think it's just great. Everybody's a lot of people probably going to disagree with me on that, but I do think it's great. You get people, if you're in a neighborhood and they're out there fighting, they're going to gather around and watch it. It doesn't matter how much experience they really have. People just want to see a good fight.
I agree. Coach, always a pleasure. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you December 18th in Tampa.
Thank you. Glad I was here, and this is going to be a big event.
Yes, we hope so. So,